and this is the Egyptian book of the secret book of the Egyptian Gnostics. The other book you get is the Pearl of Fox, if you can find it. At first, your great mother had this son. She was creating this son. The son got restless because the son did not want to hang around all the way to get created. So he tore out the side of her womb. So he did not get the complete essence of the dew of light that she had within her, which would be his total creation. So he was jealous of her, and he despised her, and she had no love for him because he was like the spittle or the vomit. This creation later on came about when they created the white man. Same process in the physical. A mutant that's not all the way created. The vomit, the afterbirth, the spittle. You see what I'm saying? The excrement is not all the way formed. So he said, I want to be just like you. So she said, well, you'll be able to create. He learned how to create. But he could only create things in the physical. And the physical is the lowest manifestation of the universe. So he created the physical realm. So she said, why don't you create a man to worship, so the man can worship you? Because that's what he wanted in the first place. He wanted to be just like her. He wanted to be the God, so he wanted to create a man to worship him, so he could be God. So he said, well, I can't create the physical gods, the spiritual gods, I create a physical God. So what she did was, when he created the man was laid flat in the Garden of Eden. So she said, why don't you breathe life into the man? And when you breathe the life into the man, what will happen is he will stand upright. And then he will have life, and you will have your creation. So when he breathed the life in her, she snuck up behind him, and she transmitted the seed, the original seed that he was supposed to get. She's the one that he didn't stay around to get. She went through him, and she breathed that into man, which is you. So he became jealous of you because you got what he didn't stick around to get, the original dew of light, melanin, the cosmic black seed, which is actually a sun, the seed of Israel, the sun, the atom, the original Adam, the Adam Cadmon. They come from the great mother, or the great nothingness, the womb of the universe. You got that piece of dew of light in that womb in you. So he gets jealous. So he says, I'll give you this physical Garden of Eden. I'll give you this physical Garden of Eden, which is the physical body. And all you have to do is don't eat from the tree of knowledge, which is the physical chakra systems of your body in the Kabbalah. Don't eat the apple, and the apple in the tree of knowledge is called dark, which is knowledge, which is melanin. Don't tap into your melanin. Just worship me. But long come a serpent of the tree of life, which is your kundalini, said, go ahead. And the man ate from the tree of life and ate the apple, which is tapped into his high consciousness. And what happened when he ate it? When they ate the apple, they saw. And God banished them from the Garden of Eden, which means you went into exile. So, the God that created this world is the devil. He set Typhon in the ancient world. Let's go on. Let's go on.